Today we're looking at how INFJ idealism fuels visions but risks deep disillusionment. To start, let's define what an INFJ is. INFJ stands for introverted, intuitive, feeling and judging, a unique combination that makes up the rarest personality type in the Myers-Briggs type indicator. INFJs are known for their deep, rich inner lives, characterized by a vivid sense of idealism. This idealism is not just a trait, it's a driving force that propels INFJs to dream big and envision a future filled with possibilities. Yet, it's a double-edged sword. While it fuels their visions, it can also set them up for disappointment when reality doesn't meet their high expectations. It's like gazing at a starry sky, only to be met with a cloud cover. So the question is, how does this idealism turn from a dream into a disillusionment? Let's find out. INFJs are often seen as dreamers and visionaries, but where does this idealism come from? This is the question we're tackling today. INFJ idealism is steeped in their intuitive and feeling nature. As one of the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types, INFJs, or introverted, intuitive, feeling and judging individuals, possess a unique combination of traits that set the stage for their idealism. This is not mere daydreaming, it's a deep-seated belief in the possibility of a better world, a perfect world. Their intuitive nature allows them to see beyond the surface, to read between the lines and to perceive possibilities others may overlook. This intuition can create profound visions of the future, ones that can be incredibly inspiring and motivating. It's like they have a built-in crystal ball, allowing them to see potential where others see only the status quo. Their feeling nature contributes to their idealism. INFJs are deeply emotional and empathetic individuals. They feel things intensely, and this emotional depth often translates into a desire for a world that is kinder, fairer, and more harmonious. They want to alleviate suffering, right wrongs, and create a world where everyone can thrive. This potent blend of intuition and empathy fuels the idealistic fire within them. But it's important to remember that idealism, while beautiful and inspiring, can be a double-edged sword. The very thing that allows INFJs to envision a more perfect world can also lead to deep disillusionment. When the world falls short of their ideals, when injustice and cruelty persist despite their best efforts, it can feel like a harsh betrayal. The gap between the ideal and the real can be a chasm that swallows their spirit, leading to existential crises and deep disappointment. However, this idealism can also lead to deep disappointment when reality fails to measure up. But remember, the journey doesn't end like this. It's merely a stepping stone towards growth and resilience, a topic we'll look into as we continue to explore the complex world of INFJ idealism. The drive for perfection in INFJs can take a toll on their relationships. This is a truth that many INFJs grapple with. Their idealism, as inspiring as it can be, often extends to their relationships, leading to high expectations from themselves and others. This drive for perfection is a manifestation of their deep-rooted idealism. They envision the perfect relationship, one where understanding, empathy and love flow freely. They strive for deep connections, meaningful conversations, and shared values. They yearn for a bond that transcends the superficial, a relationship that touches the soul. However, the reality often falls short of these lofty ideals. When INFJs set their expectations high, they risk disappointment. Relationships are complex, filled with nuances and imperfections. People are flawed, and that includes INFJs themselves. When reality fails to meet their idealistic expectations, disillusionment can set in. They may feel let down, misunderstood, or even isolated. This disappointment can lead to strain in relationships. They might withdraw, erecting walls around themselves, or they might try to change the other person to align with their ideals. Neither approach is conducive to a healthy relationship. However, it's important to remember that this drive for perfection is not necessarily a weakness. It's a testament to their depth of feeling, their capacity for empathy, and their desire for genuine connections. The challenge lies in managing these expectations, in finding the balance between idealism and realism. It's about understanding that perfection is an illusion. Relationships are about growth, about learning from each other, about acceptance. They're about seeing the beauty in imperfections, about cherishing the shared journey. When INFJs come to this realization, they can navigate their relationships with more wisdom and grace. INFJs have a lot to offer in relationships. Their empathy, insight, and depth of understanding can lead to profoundly meaningful connections. They need to learn to temper their idealism with a dose of reality, to accept others for who they are, to appreciate the beauty of imperfections. But remember, understanding ourselves better makes it easier to attract people who make for good, healthy relationships. The journey might be challenging, but the rewards are worth it. Let's continue to explore the fascinating world of INFJs. When reality falls short of their idealistic visions, INFJs can experience deep disappointment. It's a journey that often begins with a dream, a vision of what could be, painted with bold strokes of their innate idealism. But when these dreams collide with the harsh realities of life, the resulting crash can be quite shattering. Feelings of disappointment often set in when the world fails to meet the lofty standards that an INFJ has set. This disappointment can be profound, often leading to a sense of dissatisfaction with the status quo. It's like expecting a symphony but being met with a discordant tune. This dissatisfaction, however, doesn't just remain confined to the external world. It often seeps into their self-perception, leading them to question their own worth and abilities. This self-doubt can be crippling, creating a chasm between their ideal self and the reality of who they are. At times, this disillusionment can spiral into existential crises. These crises are moments of deep introspection and questioning. Why is there such a gap between their ideals and reality? Why can't the world be as they envision it? Why can't they be the person they aspire to be? These questions can leave them feeling isolated and misunderstood, as if they're adrift in a sea of their own thoughts. Yet, amidst the storm of disillusionment, there's a silver lining. For disillusionment is not just an end, but also a beginning. It's a catalyst that can spur INFJs into seeking change, both within themselves and in the world around them. Disillusionment, while painful, can be the very thing that pushes an INFJ to challenge their own perceptions, to reassess their ideals, and to find a more balanced and realistic view of the world. It's the crucible in which their resilience is forged, the chrysalis that enables their growth. But it's not all doom and gloom. Disillusionment can also lead to growth and resilience. It's a journey, a transformation, from idealism to realism, from disillusionment to resilience. It's the journey of an INFJ. Disillusionment can be a tough pill to swallow, but it can also be a catalyst for growth. Let's consider Maya, a classic INFJ. She was a visionary, a dreamer, fueled by her idealism. She envisioned a world of harmony and dedicated herself to bring that vision to fruition. But reality, in its stark contrast, often left her disheartened. Maya's journey through disillusionment wasn't easy. She found herself questioning her ideals, her vision, and even her own worth. But it's precisely during these trying times that she discovered her resilience. She realized that her ideals weren't the problem, rather her expectations of reality. She learned to distinguish between what was within her control and what wasn't. She started focusing on small, tangible changes she could make, instead of getting overwhelmed by the grandeur of her vision. She learned to appreciate the journey, the incremental progress, rather than being fixated on the perfect outcome. And in doing so, she discovered a new kind of idealism. An idealism tempered by reality, resilient yet flexible. This is not to say that Maya abandoned her dreams or became cynical, far from it. She still remained a dreamer at heart, but now she was a dreamer with her feet firmly planted in reality. This balance allowed her to sustain her idealism without falling into cynicism. It allowed her to continue striving for her vision regardless of the setbacks she faced. Maya's story is a testament to the growth that can come from disillusionment. It shows us that disillusionment, while painful, can lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It can help us refine our vision, making it more aligned with reality, and in doing so, make it more achievable. As an INFJ, or anyone for that matter, it's crucial to remember that disillusionment isn't the end, but rather a stepping stone to growth. It's a process of refining our idealism, of learning to navigate the world as it is, while still striving for what it could be. Remember, it's important to know yourself well, so you can understand how to attract people who make for good, healthy relationships. Today we've explored the double-edged sword of INFJ idealism. We've journeyed through the depths of this fascinating personality type, from their inspiring visions to the emotional toll that disillusionment can take. We've seen how their relentless drive for perfection impacts relationships, and how they can navigate the journey from idealism to disillusionment, emerging stronger. This exploration doesn't have to end here. Your journey of self-discovery can continue by joining our community. Subscribe and become part of the conversation, where you can share your experiences and learn from others. And if you want to delve deeper, we've got a free ebook waiting for you. It's all about the 8 introverted Myers-Briggs personality types. It's a treasure trove of insights that will help you understand yourself and others better. Enjoy learning more about personality types, and be sure to subscribe for more helpful content. We'll see you in the next video.